Ruins of Ceres. Solar said he had about 200 builds he hadn't shown yet. Well, he's got 199 left now, and this is another map to show a cool build on because it's big, it's hard to kill. It's going to be about late game decision making again, like we saw Hive Tech, maybe something that we see here as well, pretty likely.
Yeah.
Given how these two players played in game one.
Well, I don't know how good my math is, but he must have about maybe 27 builds here for Runes of Ceres. 27 times 7, I don't know if that equals 20, or 200 rather. But let's see if he's going to bring one of those builds out, and if he can take this win up against Dark in game number 2. Well, here we are on Runes of Ceres, and up in the top left in the red, winning that last one from Samsung, it is Solar. He's got his pin on, looking good in that Samsung sweater.
Does look good in that Samsung sweater. His opponent, spawning vertically with him here, is Dark in the blue. As you mentioned before, the larger fan base at the studio tonight. And you were close. It was about I think 28.56 per map.
It was pretty close. Off the top of my head, some math, you know.
Yeah, you
did the calculations. You brought out your phone calculator.
Yeah, I did. This was the first time in my entire life, okay, where I did the slide up control center on the iPhone and pressed the calculator button. It was the first time in my entire life I ever used that.
I have still yet to do that, but thank you for being a pioneer. By the way, Stork is here, obviously.
Yeah, we saw him earlier. They like had the camera shot of him in the booth coaching Solar, and now it's like now he's in the stands.
Yeah.
In a minute, it's like gonna have like a shot of him like going to the bathroom. He's like, now he realized he drank too much water and he had to go relieve himself.
Now he's drinking a coffee. The life and times of Stork.
Now a fan is like harassing him, and he's like, listen, I'm just trying to watch these games.
Yeah. So interesting spawns here on this map. We said it was a very big map. Usually you get these macro type of games, but Solar deciding to go for the earlier pool and Baneling Nest. So he's going to ramp up the aggression here. He has noticed the build that Dark is going for. Decides to keep on gas and try to kill him fast here in game number 2.
Yeah. I mean, this is the basically the premium positions for aggression. Dark is going to grab an early spine when he sees these lings. And this hatchery is going to take quite a bit of damage. In fact, 2 more lings going to show up. That'll be 8 on the hatch, already down to about half health.
Yeah. Dark taking this very slow. Knows that he can't quite go down the ramp. Knows that a follow-up is more than likely out of Solar, and knows that the speed is going to be a lot faster. And so is just going to chill at the top of his ramp. Essentially just let Solar kill the base. And try to break out of his base eventually and take that natural as fast as possible.
I think he wants another spine, to be honest, but just being so patient with it. He's going to try to defend with Banelings. He doesn't have that many Lings yet, though. Okay, first 2 Banes on the way finally here for Dark. He's got a nice Sim City set up here. He's also got that Queen in between the spine, or rather the hatchery and the spawning pool.
He's trying to get a second Queen out here as well. Oh, on hold position, Dark just letting it happen.
Whoa, pre-pull on the drones as well.
Oh, man, he's just letting this happen. He's not paying attention. I'm not sure where he's looking, but, I mean, he just traded 1 Baneling for 6 Lings that Dark had on hold position.
Now, this is messy. He's still got a really good position here, but Solar's already winning. He already has his hatchery on the way. He has the better tech. He has speed, and Dark does not. So he's massively ahead right now.
Yeah. In the makeup room before these games got started, Solar said he's more nervous than usual, but he is not playing like he's nervous at all. He's really on top of his game.
Oh, he wants to kill his drone so bad, but every second he delays this is a win. Look at this. Oh, delayed again. Cue it up so again, annoying. Bro. There you go. Hatch is finally down. Well, yours is just starting. Oh, mine's finished. Solar is killing it right now.
Yeah, really nice read by Solar. Obviously, he does get lucky with the scout, but...
oh, wow, another wasted Bane. He's like, well, at least I killed my plate a little bit. Like,
yeah, this keeps happening, and now a Ling is going to... Okay, is going to get stopped by the spine at the top of the ramp. But Would have been disastrous if he got in and got a full scout of the base too, just to see, you know, what's going on. There's not much to see this early on, but could see maybe, you know, what the gas mining is like at this point, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Dark does know the timing of Solar's base, so he knows that he is playing from behind here.
Oh, look at this. Gets in, sees everything. One gas, no crazy all in. He's going to kill this Overlord as well. How much further ahead could Solar get? He's like, oh, Lair. I'm like, oh, all right.
More drones, you know?
Yeah. He's 3 drones up. He's making a few more. He's got a ton of Banelings from his attack earlier that he saved. And he has, you know, just the setup here, making this fine for extra safety. And, yeah, the scout sees the Lair, and it's not like he assumed it was on the way. He's like, well, it's even further ahead than I thought, you know? It's like basically the scout's going to tell him. He knows it's not like a Roach Warren or some sort of weird, you know, 2-base push because he has a better economy. So that's an important scout for Dark, but Solar is still massively ahead and continuing to scout. Still seeing there's only 1 gas in the main base.
Yeah, very meticulous scouting out of Solar. This is what you need to do at the highest level. Just keep on getting steady updates on exactly what your opponent is doing. It's very hard to stop a scout of a speedling, even if you have speedlings of your own, just because of the way the AI works. They're not going to automatically surround when the link comes up. They're going to chase it. So it's kind of like ring around the rosy around the base unless you're controlling your links to get in position and deny that, which is obviously very hard to do when you're macroing your entire base.
Now, I'm curious if Dark is also going to go Spire. He's not. He's going Nidus. Solar has gone for Spire. Nidus can sometimes be the counter to this if you can get a good worm up and you can set up that attack. But if this doesn't work, then Solar wins the game. So this is essentially an all-in from Dark. He's trying to get more information. He confirms the Spire. Even morphing an offensive Baneling in here. Not going to be successful. It kind of blocked some of those lings. I'm like, really curious about these offensive Banelings. He's really just trying to tax the multitasking of Solar here. It's pretty cute.
That's what it looks like, actually. He's just doing a million different things at once, and now a lot of those drones are very weak. If he could get some speedlings, he's just trying to distract all the while he's got a Nidus in the main.
This is so smart. He's like really pushing the envelope here. I don't know if this will work. It's basically pure Ling, and Solar has a ton of Banelings on the way. He sees it as well.
There's no Roach Warren out on the map here for Dark, and here we go. The worm is up. Here come the Queens and the Spines.
Spores coming up as well. He needs Spore Crawlers here because the Spire is ready. 7 Mutas on the way. I feel like making more Lings and more Banelings might have been the better choice here, but here comes Solar. It's going to be toughest to deal with the Queens. The Lings are not his issue here. Oh, blowing up that Spore. More Transfuses going down, though.
Yeah, he uses 3 Banes there, and Dark morphs his own. Now he's winning the battle here against the Queens. And
so
the
many drones
entire
are down.
main base is not mining.
Yeah, this is really, really bad here. Spine trying to slow things down here. And it looks like he's just going to evacuate this base. All of his drones are pulled here prematurely. And he's targeting down the Queen with the most energy. Spine's helping out here. More Transfuses.
I'm not sure if these 4 Queens are going to be enough. They're focusing down 1, but there is no more Transfuse energy, and here come the Lings.
Drones even fighting here a little bit as there's no more Banelings. The Queens will finally fall, but he's got a lot more Lings here to fight the drones as well. But Dark just does not have an economy behind this. And he needs to do more.
He's got no more anti-air. I mean, these 4 Lings, or rather Mutas, should be able to eventually focus this down. The Queen is going to go down.
He did a ton of damage, but the thing is he didn't do enough, I think.
There's 1 Spore there protecting the Nidus.
More units coming in from the natural as well, actually, and he has to pull. Good pull here, a few Lings, and here come the Mutas over to the vent. Banelings are essentially useless versus these Mutalisks.
And the Lings at the same time coming into the main, trying to do a bit of poke damage. He needs to be careful if he wants to keep on protecting that Spore to not get too far ahead of himself here with the attack.
Dark's even doing some more of that aggressive Baneling shenaniganry. Oh, kills a Muta. That's huge, but
every Muta is gigantic at this point.
But I think that this is a losing battle for Dark eventually. He needs to get like 1 more good trade. A lot of lost mining time is happening, so that's giving him a little bit more of an edge with this little knife fight of ZVZ that we're having here on Lair Tech.
Yeah, and look at this. I mean, Solar can't defend all his angles here with only Mutas at this point. He's desperately trying to get out some Banelings, and he does have a Spine at the natural, but look at this. Dark denying more mining. Here come the Banelings in the main.
Hey, if he gets any more drones, he's going to be ahead in workers. So, even that Spore getting a shot up on that Muta. Okay, good trades here with the Spine. The last of these Lings here at the natural, almost cleaned up. But you know, Dark is nearly actually pushed this through. He's using a lot more Queens, more Transfuses coming down, and he's mining more money because of all this lost mining time. The Queen goes down, here comes another Baneling.
And even just 2 lings at this point, they're not being dealt with. They're doing damage to the drones and just more
Dark's
and
winning
more
this game.
lings.
I think he's done it. He's actually pushed this through.
The Mutas are going down 1 by 1. Queens coming through the Nidus. There's just not enough here to defend for Solar.
Oh, not even close. And that is going to be game, I feel, as the last of these drones start to fall. Dark takes a worker lead, and that is going to be it. Doubling now the Army supply. GG.
What a game. Dark somehow able to pull that one through. From behind, the shenanigans in the natural, the distraction even, just to not allow Solar to defend that Nidus Swarm, and then just barely makes it work, getting up 1 Spore, delaying it up with the Queens, and then just having that constant aggression in the main and the natural.
Really tough game there for Solar. I gotta say, I feel like his control was not as good as it could have been. And I think making more banelings instead of committing all the way to 7 meters would have been the way, especially against all those Queens. But it was a really well executed build by Dark. I love that he was not afraid to split his units between the natural and the Nidus. He wasn't sending every reinforcement to the Nidus. And as a result, all the lost mining time meant that even though Dark was down on workers, he was ahead in economy because the workers weren't mining.
Just the amount of harass he was doing, the multitasking, he was out multitasking Solar at points. And you can see why people call Dark one of the best players, if not the best player right now in Legacy of the Void. Just pretty much outplaying Solar from behind there on that map, and that's going to take a massive amount of momentum from behind.
That is, and those were our 2 biggest maps, and now we're going into even faster and crazier maps. So stay tuned, it's going to get even more exciting after this commercial break.